Good evening, friends. I hope you're having a good week. Hello to Dee, to Sylvia, to Justine, to Benita, to Sylvia, Shiloh, Sandy. Am I missing anybody? If I am, I apologize. Judy Van Zandt, hello. Good to be back. We are going to be playing along with Craft Roulette as we do every Tuesday. I'm super excited. We're about 3 weeks out from actually going to Paperganza. A few of us from the design team. So yeah, hi Brian, good to see you. Hi Annie. So let's look at what the parameters are. So for the project, we can do an A2 or an ISO A6. I don't know what that means. An element is a container or containers. Colors are Tutti, Frutti, and random is unusual color. So that's what we're going to be working with. And then I have some exciting news to share. We have some brand new merch from Pajama Crafter Stamps. I hand colored this Closer to Extinction, and you can get them on a couple different colors of t-shirts or a sweatshirt. I also colored the Unstoppable Girl and of course Hog Your Shine. This is the only one that I have to share with you this evening. You can go to the website, go to shop, go down to swag, and it'll take you to that website. So yeah. And then I don't know if you guys know, but we have some of the coolest paper to go with our Out of This World release. So we've got this rainbow prism paper, and yes, we are using that. It does come in so you get 8.5 by 11, and you get 5 sheets. But we've got one that's called Discotheque that looks just like a disco ball. We've got one that's called a rainbow prism, which is really super cool. And we've got one that looks like glitter paper, but it's foil, so there's like no texture to it. It doesn't shed. We've got some awesome papers that go with our outer space breaking news release. So I'm just putting it out there. So let's talk about what we're going to be using. We're going to use the Celestial Dreams paper. So I'm using this beautiful purplish blue, but look at this back. Isn't that gorgeous too? Oh my God, like which one is better? Hey, Sandy, if you want to join us at Paperganza, my understanding is that there are 3 seats that have come available if you want to contact Mary. And then we're using this blue sheet, and that also comes with like a dark blue on the back side. We, of course, are going to use the Dang, because dang it, I like it. And this is going to be my unexpected color because green doesn't exactly go with purples. And I actually colored this with different colors. We'll talk about that later. We're going to be using the I Come in Peace. And peace means like a piece of candy. Like, so you've got the Milky Way, you've got donuts, you've got a Sunday planet. So super fun. And then we're going to use I'm Such an Asteroid. Had to emphasize that because I think it's funny. And it says, sorry I was such an asteroid. Our friendship is out of this world. Hope your day is greater than ever. Even on our darkest nights, the moon still shines. And cheers to another trip around the world, or around the sun. So we've got like some really good like birthday things, friendship things. And of course, I talked about this set. This is my favorite die set, Yikes, Whoa, Dang. So it's very appropriate to use for Craft Roulette. Okay. So for the container, we are going to use the Adult Sippy Cup. How appropriate is that? Let's see. So Marcia says her favorite sentiment is, sorry, I was such an asteroid, laughing my ass off. Sorry, LMAO. If I get dinged, it's fine. I need to tell everybody, I am less filtered than normal right now. So just be prepared that I am less filtered. There's been a lot of stuff go on since the last time you saw me. I'm not in the mood to talk about that, but let's just say that I am less filtered, and I'll do my best to behave tonight. There's Danny. Hello. Danny's going to be with us, I believe. If I'm wrong, you can tell us. So, yes. So come out to Kansas City, to Paper Ganza, and have a blast, because I think it's going to be amazing. All right. I was trying to clean off my straw. So let's go and get this thing built, because I feel like this is the fiddly pieces that I'm going to lose, because they're very small pieces. And I should probably already have my crafter's wand out. So how do you know? Oh, I've got sticky tape already stuck to my thumbnail. Oh, so the way you know that this is the straw piece is because it is angled like the straw. Okay. I know that that's like common sense, but it took me a hot minute to figure out all the pieces. And I'm the one that like helped design all this stuff. So I always kind of throw it out there. So I am using this prismatic rainbow for my straw, because we're having an outer space experience, okay, if you will. All right, next, blah, 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 blah. We're going to take the release tape off of here. I always cover my garbage can up with my keyboard, so I end up throwing everything on the floor. Justine has a poll up wanting to know, what is your favorite news stamp from the new release? And Benita is saying that she wishes she could be with us. I wish she could too. That would be one expensive plane ticket to come to Craft Roulette. So I think everybody understands why you're not there, but we wish you were with us too for Craft Roulette, because you're with us every Friday night. So this piece here, I could have cut out in white, but this is like the top of a Stanley Cup, all right? So I'm just going to nestle that down there. And since I popped that piece up with foam tape, really this piece isn't necessary, but since I die cut it, I'm doing it, okay? Because why not add a little bit of dimension? You know what I mean, friends? So I lost one of my dies, and I was crawling around on the floor. And then I had my stamp out, and it got stuck underneath my keyboard. I swear to you, I can't make any of this stuff up. And I had to crawl around on the floor to find it, because it then fell off of my keyboard, which I told you a lot of time I keep it over my garbage can. So I was just very thankful for the fact that it didn't fall into the garbage and I didn't have to dig through the trash. But I would have. So that's the top of the Stanley Cup. It would help if I would remove this. Sorry. I am just talking and doing my thing. I am so sorry. All right. So I put the straw in with the prismatic paper. I did this black strip there. Now we've got this really tiny piece. And one thing about Barely Art glue is it dries clear. So you could put it like down here. Hold on, do I have the right piece? Okay. Okay. Just making sure before I make a cosmic mistake. I may have actually made a cosmic mistake. Yep, I did. All right. Good thing that dries clear. Next. All right. So this is part of the lid because you know how the cups have the metal rim. My fingers have glue on them now, so now we're playing the don't stick to my fingers and stick to the paper game. We'll just hold it there for a second. All right, this piece that I originally thought was supposed to go there kind of goes on the side, so it's like the shine of the cup. And again, it has some glue on it, so that's how that goes together. Aren't you glad that I'm the one that screwed it up? And then you have the dimensional piece that goes underneath. So I am going to slip a little bit of glue down here. Tweezers are your friend, yes. My crafter's wand is my friend. I think it just comes down to preference. But yes, I think it would probably be easier in this situation. So I do want to talk about the tweezers since we're there. So the cup is made. So I have these cute little spinners that you guys have seen me use before. And I still have yet to fall in love with glue dots. But they're tiny little micro spinners. And what I did is I took a glue dot and I put it on each side of this piece of paper. So this is kind of like a little jig for me. So once I glue the paper to whatever the item is, it's going to spin. But I wanted you to see these. These fly off the shelf. Seriously. Like redonkulous. So I fixed the down camera. So I think there's just a lag. So Danny, on the website, I'm glad that you brought that up, that you're glad that you saw me putting the glass together or the cup together. I do have like a sped up version of how to put it together. So it's definitely there. So the results of the poll are I Come in Peace is the number one. Such an Asteroid is second. The breaking news is third, actually tied with charcuterie. So there you go. Now we know. Justine, if you could take that down so I could see the comments, that would be even better. All right, there we go. So usually if there's a bit, I try really hard to put videos up that go with like things that are hard to understand, or if there's a really cool video on YouTube, I try to put it in with the descriptions of the items. I've kind of slacked off on that, but that is my goal, is to get that caught up after we get the shows. So you're going to kind of get an idea here. We're going to do this because I like me a thick border. And we're going to have a little cup here. And then we're going to have some friends. How many friends? I don't know. So Danny is saying that the awesome sauce reel really helped you. Yeah, so that was my husband's idea that I do that, because we would go to shows and we demonstrated it for like 2 years straight, which was fantastic. But then I'd always get people saying, remind me, how do I use this? So he's like, why don't you make a video and put it up there? So, yeah, the space paper is stunning. I agree, Justine. We're going to make a chocolate donut because, quite frankly, I really want a chocolate donut today. Oh, that makes me happy, Sandy. She said that her friend Sean Manley Made Minute texted her and said that he loves awesome sauce. That makes me so happy. Like, it just changes everything. So I am putting my darkest color, my Scary Dark, which is an E29. This is what I like for chocolate. Really thick underneath the icing. And I'm going to do a little bit down, like along the crease here, because it still has to look like a flying saucer a little bit, right? So there we go. Then I'm going to go E27, and we're just going to continue to extend these shadows. We're not doing anything earth shattering. It might be cosmically shattering, but it's not earth shattering. We're just doing basic Copic blending. In fact, I would even say that it's not even basic, because I'm kind of just drawing lines. But what I'm doing is I'm letting the tip of the marker go over the darkest part of the line, and then I let the back of my marker extend it. Benita says that she's got a long list of things for her next shopping experience. Well, I'm sure I can help you out with that, Benita. You're going to be next. Kara, nice to see you. Very nice to see you. So now this is E25, which is actually called Caribe Cocoa. I saw an interesting thread on one of the coloring pages on Facebook where somebody was concerned because a Copic color was changed names, and she wanted to know if it was the same. Copic from time to time will change the name of their markers, but they don't change the formula. So like your YG17 is always going to be YG17. Your E23 is always going to be E23. It may have a different name, but they sometimes change it up to be like, to stay current with the times. I don't know what that 100% means, but that is the case. So if you have like markers that are 20 years old, you can still refill like with a new refill and not ruin your markers. I'm just going back in with my Scary Dark again, and then I'm just going to add a little bit of texture in here because I want it to have a little bit of crumb. What did Sandy say? Joy is your dealer. Okay, to be clear, guys, I am her crafty supply dealer. Nothing illegal here, YouTube. So I go in with each color and I just kind of add the dots until it makes me happy. Now, I do want to say this. This area on the inside of the donut, of the saucer, is still going to be brown because it's part of the donut. So I'm going to color that in with the E27 because it's like my darkest mid-tone color because I'm using 4 colors. And then I'm going to skip the E25 for the dots, and I'm just going to kind of dot in the E23 to kind of blend it out. Perfect. I feel like I'm the dealer for many Minnesotans. All of a sudden, since Sandy has come on the team, I have a lot of Minnesotan customers, and I have to say thank you to her and to those that are supporting me. So thank you. You rock. You're amazing. And if I have any local people here, seats are extremely limited at Stamp Away. Like we're down to like very few, less than you can count on one hand. So if you want to take a Copic course with me, you will get the markers, which is a heck of a deal for the price of the class. And you'll take away some information. We are using my favorite color right now. This is YG01 because you know I like me some green. I like me some lime green. And I'm doing that because my unexpected color is green. And so I'm trying to tie it in, even though, is it unexpected for me? I don't know. It's my favorite color, so not so much. So yeah, I mean, when you think of a donut, Sylvia, like literally like the hole is going down and it's deep, and you kind of have to like remember that, but it's not necessarily like the first thing that like, it's not the first thing I think of, you know? So I'm using YG67 like very sparingly. Thank you, Justine, for putting in Stamp Away. I am so excited to meet everybody at Stamp Away. And then the following weekend, Mr. Pajama and I will both be at both shows. But we will be at Schaumburg in like the Chicago area. Now we're not teaching a class, but we will have a free make and take at our table. So if you are one of the people that like to travel for shows, we will be there because there are people who are from all over the country that come to hang out with their friends. Come say hi. It's a free make and take. And Mr. Pajama will be the one doing that. Our design team, design team member Tiffany will also be traveling with Mr. Pajama and I, be at the Cincinnati show and at Schaumburg. So you'll be able to meet her. So she'll be either helping us answer questions or she'll be doing some of the make and takes. But Sean is, so now that we've got 2 Seans on our team, I have to be that's why I've kind of gone to Mr. Pajama. Mr. Pajama is like the make and take extraordinaire. So people really like him. Now, because I'm talking and not paying attention, you guys probably wouldn't see this, but I do. I went out of the line here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go push this 1, 2, 3, and I'm going to let it dry for a second. Then I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, and I'm always pushing towards where I want that color to go. And that's how you erase your color. The word colorless blender is a lie. It's more of an eraser than it is anything. Every once in a while you can use it to blend, but 90% of the time it is not an eraser. Okay. So I think we should do, oh, maybe we should do orange as our unexpected color. Let's do that. All right. Or Danny says you cheat and use a white gel pen like you do. Yep, yep. I was so mad at myself when I would color that Closer to Extinction t-shirt. I did a big old mess and I didn't catch it until too late, and I couldn't get it to like completely erase. I did a really good job at getting it to erase, I'm not gonna lie, but it was close. So I'm doing orange YR09. And I'm going to color right over the sprinkles because I'm a honey badger and I just don't care. Just going to do my own thing. Now I'm going to use YR07. I'm going to kind of go over that wall. And I'm kind of doing a circular motion, and I'm letting the back part of my marker do some of the work to extend it. And now I'm going to kind of like start making it go down into the drips. Not rocket science, no pun intended. We're just getting her done. Okay. Now I do want to test something out because it's been a hot minute since I've used my fluorescent colors. So this is my YR04. The Schomburg show is August 8th, the weekend of August 8th. So that's YR04, and this is FYR1. So that is definitely lighter. Had a check. All right. So I'm going to start extending this down. Now you could use like a Y19 and make it like glow, which if I don't like this FYR1, we might just go right on over it because you know I do what I want to do. I'm all about having the fun and using color and just, it's just not, as Justine would say, it's just not that serious. Do you like the way that glows with that fluorescent? I do. If you want to go, Sandy, I would say that you should probably look into that like ASAP. All right. I think I want to do a metallic, I don't know. I want to do a metallic rim. So right here would be a little bit darker and a little bit there and a little bit there. Definitely in that one little spot. Okay. And we're done with the C5. Then we're going to do the C3. And there we go. So I did that C1. Now I think that, gosh, this voice of mine. That's always my answer. This voice of mine. I am going to do this BV 13 and 17 for his shirt. So we pick up some of the colors. There's a lot of people being there. That's a lot of our design team's going to be there, but a lot of crafters that we all know and love are going to be there. So I think it's going to be like a really good time. I'm going to use an R21 for his mouth, and I'm going to give him a little bit of blush because I want my alien to be happy. Happy, happy. And then I'm going to use a BG10 and a BV00 to give this a little bit of a glow. Okay. I think that's really hard to show on camera. Good time to use the colorless blender for blending purposes because it got a little And I think I want to, so you guys really cannot see that on screen, I don't think. I'm going to use a little bit of V01 to pink it up. So it kind of matches our galaxy. All right. So far we've got those pieces. Super cute. They literally they're opposite of each other on the color wheel, like blue and orange. So they really pop, which is why we chose that. Okay. Now he's got to have a little friend. And we're going to color him up like we always do. So I'm using EO4. So when I'm done here tonight, I have some things that I'm going to be coloring. And I'm going to record it because I'm going to do some other skin tones, like African American skin tones. And I think that there's not enough of that on the internet to help people. So I am going to record it, even if it's just a short. So I'm dotting this little nose, going in with E11. Your E21 might be darker. Mine is not. But I'm really going over that EO4 so that he doesn't look pink. Although he might be cute pink, I don't know. I think the little girl's cute too. So I'm going to start going around the eyes a little bit. Kind of forming a cheek. Then I'm going in with E00. finishing him off because that's the only skin that's showing. Otherwise, he wouldn't be able to breathe. All right, I need to put a little bit of my markers away. So not only is he contained, do I have a container, he's also contained in his suit. How did you like that as a double take on the parameters? I think I'm pretty clever. I'm going to give him an R21 little tongue. I'm going to give him some pink cheeks. Because, I would think that he'd be excited because he's, out floating in space. Just me, that's what I'm thinking. So Sylvia says she will definitely watch that tutorial. Cool. All right, so let's get his hair done. I think I want him to be a redhead. I don't know why. Not as in like bright red fire truck, but I don't know. So I'm going to do an E39. And his helmet would cast a shadow. And we're going to have some parts going down. I hear a husky. He's wanting to break into my room. Pesky husky, go away. All right, so that was the 39. That's very good. Benita said that the lantern from the Heaven and Nature stamp set contains a candle. So that's a good one for this. That didn't even enter my mind. That was smart. That's why we keep you around. You got great ideas. This is YR27. I'm not going to use that E35. There's it's not necessary. It's not in my book. It isn't. All right. So I'm going to use the toner grays because I hardly ever use those. And I'm going to map out some colors. So since we used orange on the donut, and they're going to be friends, I am taking my YR04, and I'm going to map out the areas that I want to be orange because I don't want to screw this up. Because we're using some unexpected colors. And I know that I did a lot of orange cards when Lisa was going through her surgery because that was, like a salmon color was the color for her endometrial cancer. But I am not normally a orange friend. So this is a very unexpected color for me. So there you go. And I'm going to put some orange over there. And I think his suit, I'm just trying to make him interesting, you guys. Like, I know that this isn't realistic. Like, I get it. But it's my story, and I can do what I want. When you make it, you can do it however you want. So that's my lightest orange. I'm going to come back to that later. I was just mapping out my colors. I probably should make some of these doodads orange too. But all right, so T7. Is anybody else hungry? Because I'm hungry. I always say that on lives. I've said that like 3 times today, though. I feel like the earlier in the day that I eat, the hungrier I get. Somebody explain that to me. But if I don't eat at all, I'm not hungry. Make it make sense, somebody. I feel like I'm making the Cincinnati Bengals colors or something. This is totally not me, y'all. I mean, I'm all about like supporting my team, like our city, but I'm not a huge Bengals fan. Okay. You guys get to watch me color this live for the first time. It is late for dinner. Sean got home a little bit late. He had a touch of the Taco Bell stomach problems. And so meals have not been priority in our house. But he is better now. So I'm assuming that he's thawing something out and is making dinner, and it'll be ready by the time we're done here. But the Taco Bell runs are no joke. A lot of people are sick. And I think it came from a distributor close to where we live, which is frightening. So like our area, the tri-state area, like Ohio, Indiana, Kentucky, I think we're all getting hit with it a little bit harder than some of the other places, although I think California got hit too. So I'm not a distributor. I don't know how that works. I just know that it's not been fun, for him. Crispy Diet Coke is a safe food. Sandy, I have had like 4 Coke Zeros today. I know it's not the same as Diet Coke, but I have had 4 Coke Zeros. Insanity. I usually drink like 1, maybe 2. But I've been awake since 2 a.m. So you just do what you got to do to keep on going. Isn't he cute, you guys? Oh, so cute. So Justine's a Diet Coke drinker. As she's saying in the chat. So cute. All right. I haven't addressed all the other colors and what I'm going to do yet because I honest to God, I don't know. Ooh, you had a frozen pizza I would do without. Unless you have some brand that is like fantastic, I would just be like, yeah, it's not worth the calories. And I wouldn't eat it. I'm a freak like that though. Okay, so I'm just kind of putting in this scary dark, like around the tubing. Am I working hard at it? Nope. This would all be in shadow because of that tank being there. And again, I haven't decided what's all going to be what. So I'm being lenient with my color choices until I decide what all the things are. I think we can make this button dark orange. And this button and that button. Oh, why don't we just go ahead and make those buttons? Seriously, no plan going on here today. None. And this little stripey thing I'm going to do in the dark orange. And then YR07. So I'm going to add just a little bit in the cuffs. Dab a little dab will do you here. And that whole stripe up there, I'm going to go ahead and do yellow or orange, whatever this color is. I'm not colorblind. I just don't know what I'm doing. Don't know what I'm saying today. Okay. So I'm going to go back to my T7. Oh, the pasta sounds delicious. And I'm just going to go around those circles. Okay. And the inside of this headpiece, I guess it would be like his earpiece and I don't know, his locator. I don't know what it is. I'm not an astronaut. I'd love to be an astronaut. I would love to be rich enough to go like in the Bezos or the Elon spaceship. I am a little salty. I'm going to tell you this. I am a little salty because I remember when I was a kid, my mom and her best friend said that by the time I was this age, that we would be flying around in cars and we'd all be living up in outer space. Well, where's that at? That's what I want to know. I would have no problem getting in a rocket ship and trying my hand at it because I like that kind of stuff. We'll just go with these shoes being a T5. Grilled chicken and shrimp for Judy. Y'all, I'm jealous. Is Tanya on here? Did I see Tanya? Okay, my friend Tanya owns Kentucky Olive. And she's in the chat a lot. I made a sourdough loaf today using her European blend bread seasoning dip. But I didn't use it as a dip. I put it in my dough. Oh my, you guys. That bread was so stinking good. So I highly recommend Kentucky Olive. You can order online. You'd be helping another small business. And if you are local, you would be really helping somebody here. But they are superb. All right. Let's see what else. I feel like I want to bring in green. This is my astronaut, and I can do whatever I want. But it's the kind of tie in what everything else is going on in the card. Because that orange is not like normal. Here, I'm going to do the gloves too. Gosh, she's cute. Can we do a green? We're going to do a green tank too. I just love him, you guys. I say that I feel like I say that with every video, but it's just really cool when you get to color your own stuff. Did you hear it? It was growling. Okay. Back to the YG17. Putting some shadow in there. Okay. I am going to put this challenge out there to everybody again. If you are somebody that colors with 2 colors, I invite you to color with 3. If you color with 1, 2, and use multiple layers. If you color with 3, color with 4 or 5. And tell me how your coloring improves. And tag me in it because I would like to see it. Because if you want your images to come to life, it's going to be because you've used the scary dark and you have added dimension. It's how you make a 2-dimensional item or a 1-dimensional item become a 3D looking item. But it's going to change the way your art looks. And I just did that BV00 and the BG10 where the glass is. So now we've got this. What else do we have? We got a lot, you guys. I don't even know what I was thinking. Okay, we've got these cute little stars, these little kawaii stars. So fun. So I'm going to go with Y11. Going to color the whole thing with Y11. And you notice I don't even care if I go all the way out to the edges because stars are bright and they, give off illumination. So it's fine if you have a highlight. Then I'm going to go in with a Y15. Okay. Y19, even more sparingly. Danny says that good night, edit. She needs to go edit a video. Take care, Danny. Thank you for stopping in. And I'm just adding dots of the Y19. Cute, but easy. I noticed a huge difference when I uploaded to adding 3 or more shades for highlights and shadows. Yep. It's scary. It's a scary thing to do, which is why I call it the scary dark. But when you do it, everything changes in your coloring and in your experience. So I highly recommend. Now we're going to just make this a Sunday. So we're going to stick with the donut colors because I don't want too much stuff. So just like the donut, I'm putting in the Y, I don't know, whatever this is. I'm sorry, E29. we've got ourselves a trippy Sunday planet. So you see, I'm not like making it perfect. In fact, I'm going to color that whole area there, up top there, in with the next color, which is E27. And now I'm going to kind of extend those shadows a little bit and fill a little bit of that in. Okay. E25 for the rest of it. And I'm going to even grab a 23. I'm off camera. Sorry, you guys. Okay. Now I am gonna go. I don't want all orange. I should though. We're gonna go matchy matchy. Ugh. We're doing it, even though I don't want to. So wire 09. Yep. So we've got quite a few people on here, and we only have 10 likes. So let's do those thumbs up. Let's get this algorithm going for a Pajama Crafter. We've got this going to 2 channels, so I think we can get that done. It's feasible, folks, if you could help us out. YR07, I think somebody just slid in with another like. And Justine says, thank you to all who have subscribed to PCS. We have gained quite a few new followers in the last month. Actually, in the last 2 weeks. It's been flipping amazing. You guys have been really kind to us. This is, excuse me, the FYR1. And I am purposely not blending this super blendy because I want it to look like drippy ice cream. Sorry, got a little bit of indigestion. Now we're going to do the ring. YG01. YG67 to start her out. Oh, I hear a husky getting in trouble downstairs. Poor little Jax. Jax is our troublemaker, you guys. He's beautiful, and I think God made him beautiful for a reason, because he's dumb as a box of rocks, so something had to make him attractive to us. Do you know what I mean? All right. I am going to do a red cherry, of course. So I'm going to do an R35. That was a 37, 35 now. And a 32. And I'm going to do pink down here with the R32. Just to give it something. I'm not even going to use a second color. All right. So there's our Sunday. It doesn't, I think we need a little bit more of the Scary Dark. All right, we're going to leave that alone. Do I have anything else to color? Oh, I do. Because apparently I have big expectations for this card. All right, I'm going to make the Milky Way sign yellow. So I have some cohesiveness to our color palette. And I agree. Thank you, Justine, for introducing Dee to PCS. Been such a blessing to us. So this is Y11. Okay. And we're going to do real simple coloring Y19. On each side. Y15 to kind of meet in the middle. And just leave a nice highlight there in the center. I'm going to use that R32 and I'm going to outline the sign. You could go like multiple colors. You could do whatever you wanted. I'm just, at this point, not even going to pretend. I'm just trying to get her done. Like, this is not the star of the show. So we're going to do a striped straw. So I'm going to do a shadow there and a little bit there. Okay. The next one is 35. 32. Gonna add a little bit of gray in there because we know that anything that's white's not actually white. Okay, so there we go. We've got this. So let's start putting the card together. It's about time. Whereas my card base, that's the, I gotta put the markers away so I can find the stuff. So what part of the card or which element do you guys like the best so far? I'm just curious. This is insane, the amount of markers I use. Every video I say I'm not going to do as many, and then I encourage you guys to use more, so then I use more. And I don't regret it. Okay, I think I have enough of them put away at this point. All right. So we're going to put this on the base. I thought I cut that down smaller, or maybe my paper's not cut correctly. Let's see. I literally grabbed like stuff that was on my desk, and I didn't necessarily pay attention to what everything is. All right, so we're just flying. We're flying with it. All right, let's get the card put together. So I am going to pop up this beautiful prismatic paper because I love it. And I love dimension. I probably should measure this at this point. Yep. So I'm taking that down to 3 3/4 by 5. Man, it's hard to decide which paper I like better. Oh, it's killing me. Okay. So Marcia says she's been crafting away. Well, that's a good thing to do. It's a good stress reliever. Okay. Since this is a metallic paper, you kind of have to let the glue do its thing for a second. I'm peeling the backing off of my adhesive sheet. I'm still putting glue down because you guys know I ride the struggle bus. So everybody likes the alien donut the most. Okay. Kind of hard to fight a donut. Like I feel like a donut's always going to win. Isn't that pretty? You guys, like so darn cute. Say it every time, but I mean it. Okay. I want my sippy cup popped up. If this is like, I know some people have issues with it being in the mail and it costing extra, or it bothers them because of the landfill. I get it. Take from my videos what you want and leave what you don't want. You know what I mean? Just trying to think how I want this all to look. Okay, one thing I do want to do is I want to glue down the dang. So this was just a green piece of paper, and I took a blue green and a dark blue and another like YGO3 just to get that 3D look. Shiloh says she's all about the foam tape. Yep. You and I like our dimension, girlfriend. So I do have this glued down on white and black, and I just wanted that to be like a double shadow. Okay. I will put this in a 5x7 envelope, so I don't have to worry about it not doing what I want it to do. So this Sunday may or may not make it. Okay. So I told you I had these spinners, and I want my alien to spin. So I made that little jig so it's easier. And I'm just going to let that sit there and do its thing for a second. Okay. In the meantime, I think this guy is super cool. I don't know. Should he spin too? I think he should. So I'm going to put one on his face. So I'm letting those dry for a moment. Burley art doesn't take a long time to adhere and, do things. So this is probably not going to spin all the way around because of my cup. I'm perfectly okay with that. I just want some movement. You literally could use a wobbler, which we also sell. Oh, he is going to spin. Oh my God, he is going to spin. Be still, my heart. Do you guys get excited like I get excited? Stay still there, pal. Stay still. We have to hold him for a second. He wants to go. Gravity is clearly not his friend right now. Stop it. Just stop it. Hi, Melissa. Just stop it. Oh, I can't. I just can't. I can't help myself. I just can't. You guys, this is so cute. All right. So I think we're going to grab a piece of white cardstock. And I'm going to line up this. Our friendship is out of this world. So it's going to say, dang, our friendship is out of this world. We should all be blessed with a friend or friends that make us feel like our friendship is out of this world. That's my hope for everybody. Now that's a pigment ink, and I'm not going to be patient enough to let it dry. So we are just going to dip it into some embossing powder. I didn't pre-treat it because I'm putting it in clear, even though my container says white. I know that it's clear because I'm the one that did it. Were you guys expecting this kind of a card tonight? Or did you think, since I hadn't been on for a week, that I might be a little rusty? Just curious what everybody thinks. I'm going to go ahead and get this chopped. So I'm just making my own banner, and we're gonna pop it up because we've got lots of dimension that we've got to account for. Piece of my hair stuck in that tape. That's just peachy. Okay. So we've got like double on that cup. So we're going to have to double it up so it's equal. And let's grab the other portion of that. Some glue for good measure. Oh my God, that thing's spinning. Just get out of the way, astronaut. Oh, I just smooched it. Okay. You need to stay. Stay. And we need to shorten that. Okay. More card surgery. Live on the Pajama Crafter Stamps channel. I need to wipe off my hands here. So what I did is I built up this side and I left this side flat. So everything is still going to spin. Stop it. Get out of here. Just stop it. All right, so let's do some highlights before we decide if anything else. So we probably did that Sunday planet. I had too big of expectations, but it's fine. So I'm gonna brighten up those whites of his eyes. Put a highlight here and there, and then there. Maybe, I don't know, some across the glove, where the shoes are. I'm going to put the dots where the stars are on the Milky Way. Going to brighten up his eyes. And then I'm going to make all of his sprinkles white because I'm boring. This is so cute. Now, if you wanted to get really jiggy with it, because there should be glass here, you can literally like draw lines like this to make it look like there's like glass. I know that kind of like freaks people out, but that's realistically, there's glass there so that he can maintain his oxygen. I wanted to give him a little bit more color. And I want to give these guys cute little cheeks. What do you think of this? Oh, let's go ahead and let's do the white Sunday. Let's do the highlights on the Sunday. You love it, Marcia. Thank you. So I'm going to give a little highlight on the cherry. Okay. Somebody's calling me. And whoever just placed the order, thank you. That popped up too. Okay, I don't know who the name is. Can't see that, but I did see the order pop up. Now we are very low in stock on this release. More are being sent to us this week. So if for some reason they sell out and you want them, just hit the notify me button. I know Buzz and Buy, which is the B, that sold out yesterday, and that is on its way. So you guys have been blessing us beyond measure, but know that we are definitely going to have more of everything. So there, I put it on the inside. We've got, did I put this on crooked? I did. I think it moved on me. Stay. There we go. So do you guys think that he needs bling, or do you think we're done with the bling? That's a dumb question. That's the dumbest question to ask. I think I have new bling. I want to show you if it's in here. Are you ready for it? This is Aurora Borealis. So So last time we used Cosmic, which is a black that shifts purple. This is like a purple that shifts blue, orange, and green. What do you think of that? To me, that's just chef's kiss. Oh, chef's kiss, my friends. Oh, look at the way that shows. Oh my gosh. You guys, I think this is probably the best bling in our collection. And I never thought I'd say that because Girl's Best Friend and Boyfriend Blue were my tops. But I think that this is my new favorite. And my prediction is it's going to sell out at the shows, if not before, because it's stunning. And I brought it in specifically for outer space stuff. So I think I nailed it. And I don't normally toot my own horn, but by goodness, I think I nailed this one. Did you guys see that? I almost sent that tray flying. Wouldn't be the first time that's happened. I love this bling. Like, I feel like in the bling department, this is the 2026 must-have color. And I did not have that opinion until I just used it. And now I feel like it needs to go on every single thing I use. Just stop it. So should we move all the distractions? Is that even possible? Just stop it. Stop it. So back to Craft Roulette. If I can get we have an A2 size card. We have an Adult Sippy Cup, which is a container. We've got him contained in his suit. We have Tutti Frutti colors, which could be any colors. But I think the most unexpected is using orange with green because they don't like mix together. They make mud. And the fact that I would never use orange is unexpected. But guys, girls, gentlemen, this one does it for me. So we're going to take it back to the full screen and we're going to watch her spin again. I just can't. And then you open it up and you've got your little Sunday planet. And then you've got plenty of room to write. So this would definitely be a card that I would put in a bubble mailer or I would hand deliver. But okay, this was so much fun as an FUNN. Very good. Thank you for these wonderful parameters because this is not something I'd have done. But I'm excited about it. And it's Annie nailed it. It's out of this world. Okay, I want to tell you that I may not go live on this Friday. And the reason being is I'm about a week out before my first show. and Sean and I have a lot that we've got to get ready. And if I go live at 1 o'clock in the afternoon, it literally is going to eat up our entire day. So I want to say most likely will not go live on Friday. The following Friday, which is like the 31st, we will not even, we'll be in Cincinnati at a show. So that's a no. But I will do everything I can to go live on Tuesday because it's 7 o'clock and I try to like close up shop. But it will be it's going to be a crazy week for Mr. and Mrs. Pajama because we're trying to like finish up bringing in new products. And I will give you a hint that if you're local, our release, our Halloween and Christmas release will be at Stamp Away. So you guys, if you come to a show, will get it before anybody else. It will not be available on the internet. So it's kind of our way of saying thank you for being customers. And there are show specials and it's going to be fantastic. There are a few seats left. And that goes for Schaumburg too. It'll be available at Schaumburg too. There are a few seats left at Stamp Away. Justine put that link in. So yeah, okay. We're out of here. Justine just said, yes, there are tons of videos from the design team to keep people crafting. So no problem. But we should, so the month of August, it's going to be a little crazy. Like the next 3 weeks is going to be crazy. Then we'll be back to our regularly scheduled programming. All right, guys, it was so much fun to hang out with you. Most of you don't know what's going on in my life, and I'm not going to share it right now. Just know that I needed to hang out with you more than what you needed to hang out with me. So thank you so much from the bottom of my heart for coming. And I'll see you next week. All right, toodles. Bye.